had so much cold weather and frosty evenings and frosty mornings that I've walked around and had a look at a few of my succulents, and some of them haven't coped that well. Some have, but this one's looking a bit mushy in parts. This is Echeveria Young Moon. But this side looks okay. That was probably out of the frost. But this side copped it. So I'm going to pull out these mushy bits here so they don't turn to like fungus or anything. And just generally clean him up so that he can deal with a bit of air circulation around these leaves. And hopefully it feels quite nice and tight in the pot, so it should be okay. It's just the bits that have gone mushy. You can't save them. Once they've gone a bit see-through, that's too much water inside, and they're just going to fall off or turn to mould. So I'll take these bits off. There they are, they're a bit mushy. That looks a bit better. Just a little bit of air circulation. You've still got a little centerpiece here in the one that kind of went mushy. So I think he's going to be all right. This one I've just discovered has got fungus. So I brought this into my warm patio area to operate on this. See, there's all fungus in there. So this is Echeveria Horizon, and this is Echeveria Rubin times Laui hybrid. But I want to get out that fungusy stuff because it's going to spread. So I've got methylated spirits. It's watered down in a spray bottle. I always put on the tag so I can remember how much. $400 ml metho, 100 ml water. This is a 500 ml bottle. Because I found straight metho burns your succulents, but if you water it down, it seems to do a good job at getting rid of a few things like fungus. But I'm too scared to pull the fungusy bits out because the spores might spread. So I'm going to spray it first and then I'll try and get them out. Just so that I thought if I touched them, then I would make it worse eventually. So I'll just let that dry off for a bit and then I'll have a go at pulling those fungusy leaves out. The metho should evaporate soon. Well, I've waited about half an hour. The methylated spirit should have evaporated by now, and hopefully it's killed a bit of the fungus spores. So I'll try and pull out these mushy bits. If you can see in here, it's not so fuzzy anymore from the fungus, but it's still not looking the best. Don't know if you can see in there. But hey, let's pull those bits out just to get a bit of air circulation around the plant. You're like, oh, they're all gooey. So what I'll do is I'll get my methylated spirit spray and I'll just spray it into there. Then I'll cover the whole plant. Then I'll cover everybody with methylated spirits just to kill any fungus spores that may have spread around. This should be fine. This one is Sedeveria Maxwell. He definitely doesn't like the frost. Like already these 2 leaves have fallen off. So I'll keep them. I'm not sure if they're going to work for propagating or not, but and his little head's all bent over. Like I've sprayed him. I'm going to spray him with a bit more fungicide. I did spray him a little while ago and I'm not sure if that's worked or not, because this doesn't feel like it's going to fall off. So maybe it's going to survive. I really don't know. But I can see new little bits popping out, little growth. So I'm thinking maybe take off another row of leaves just to give it a bit of space. Like that. They're falling off anyway. They're probably a little bit too wet. Yeah, see, that's a little bit loose, that one. And see where the black is? That black bit? That's the rotten bit. There shouldn't be any black. So I think I'll take off here too. There's probably black in there. See, they're still quite firm, but they don't look right. You see, this one is right. It's still firm, but hey, oh. You see, it's still, the rot's not completely through, I don't think. So I'll just pull a few more and then I'll spray them with the metho and see if it survives. I'm just going to put him here underneath this is a plant stand. He can live here for the winter. And I've put a few others under here that also don't like the frost. It's ice green. And this is ice green times Prolifica. And they both seem to fall apart when it gets really, really cold. That's another Maxwell. So as you can see, he looks good, not so good. So they can live there for winter, just under cover. I've put a few under cover here against the house. Sedum Clavatum is not big on the freezing either, so I've just protected it under the eaves. I'm not sure, I think. What are you called? Last winter this one nearly fell apart. Light and shadow. Succulents to light hybrid. So I thought I'll put it near the house just so that it doesn't fall apart again this winter. And I've moved these ones over near the house too, just under the eaves, because I didn't have much luck last winter. That's another Maxwell here. This one fell apart last winter, so it bounced back. And these ones here, this one started to look a little bit sad and see-through in the frost. So I thought, play it safe, put you under the eaves. These two here, this one and this one, Sedum Caviar Variegated. So I thought, Sedum Clavatum didn't do that well either, so I thought I'd play it safe and put you under the eaves. And this one here, what are you? Sedum Clavatum RT Clausen. Oh, that's just like a bit greener version of the sedum. So he's under the eaves as well, just to stay a little bit dry. There's a few others here that I've put under cover, just because they didn't seem to do too well in the frost either. Now we've got Sedum Caviar, no, Echeveria Caviar. I'm not sure. Sedum, Echeveria, I don't know. But one has held itself together. This one has fallen apart in the cold weather. There's lots of little babies coming off the leaves, and I managed to save quite a few leaves, so hopefully I'll get more plants. But I thought if I left it out any further, it would probably just disintegrate in the wet. So I've put them under cover in the veranda for winter. And also this one here, what are you? Bubble Gum. That one was full of water and the stem fell over. It was standing up. So I thought, oh, I'll just leave it, see how it goes. So I'll keep it dry over winter. These ones here as well, Rococo, they're full of water. And they didn't look like they were going to do too well after a bit of frost. So I thought I'll put them under cover too. And see how they go over winter with a roof. This is one of my propagation trays. And with the leaves I've pulled off Maxwell. I'm not sure if they're going to grow or not, if they're any good, but what I've done is I'll just put them in the tray. I've got a little piece of paper with today's date, just so I can see how long it takes if any of them get roots. And I'll put that in my propagation station shelf.